Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. This is going to be a bit of a coffee talk this morning and a bit of a footnote to my Guidestone video that I did the day that incident happened. And I followed that story throughout the day, and slowly but surely all the other a lot of the other prepping channels did videos on that particular incident, and then even more so when they demolished that monument because of safety issues. A lot of prepping channels, some really big prepping channels, did videos on that. And when I originally did that video, I knew that people in the preparedness community would be interested in that. So that's why when I noticed that, I did that quick video on that. But the comments in that video turned into a little bit of the Wild West. So I left them up for a while, but then I ended up taking them down. And but I had a question that was in those comments that I wanted to respond to because I think it was a really good question, and that was, why would anybody in the preparedness community care about that particular incident? And I thought that was a good question, and I wanted to respond to it. And obviously, there was a fair amount of interest in the prepping community on that topic because of all the videos that came out. And there's two aspects of it. One is what was written on those stones was basically a blueprint for a worldwide totalitarian utopia, which goes against the mindset of a lot of preppers. A lot of preppers are self-sufficient, independent-minded people, and they don't want a, global, worldwide something or other taking care of them. They want to take care of themselves. So there's that aspect of it. And there's a lot of people in the preparedness community that are Christian, and there was a lot of things that was associated with this stone that were considered basically anti-Christian, even though these stones were supposedly built by a Christian group, so to speak. And in fact, the guy that actually commissioned this used the alias, wasn't his real name, it was an alias, admittedly, of R.C. Christian. But there's things on that stone that were, that monument, that were considered, that many would consider anti-Christian, like have a living one world language, basically. And that pretty much goes with the Tower of Babel story in the Bible. And for this to be a Christian, made by a Christian monument, there was a certain amount of mysticism that was involved in its manufacture and placement. Look at the place where it was. It's sort of out in rural northern Georgia. Why was it placed there? And I read this years ago. That particular monument was placed there because it was placed on an ancient ley line called the Arcadian ley line. And what ley lines were is they are supposedly paths of energy that travel around the globe, and a lot of large, very well-known monuments and structures and stuff on the face of the earth are built on these ancient ley lines, like the pyramids in Egypt, Machu Picchu, a lot of the Gothic cathedrals in Europe, Stonehenge, are all built on these ley lines. Well, this Georgia Guidestones was built on the Arcadian ley line, the same ley line that goes up through Washington, D.C. and New York City. So there's a fair amount of mystical knowledge that was needed to place these stones where they were. Again, those are things that go against a lot of what you would call fundamentalist Christian principles. And I don't think a lot of people even know what ley lines are. It's just some things that I've stumbled across in my reading over the years. But I thought all that stuff was pertinent to that video I did there on the incident that took place down there. So I hope that answers some of the questions that were brought forth in those comments, and I wanted to kind of bring that up and let people know that, and then they can go out and do the research for themselves if they want to look into that topic anymore. But hopefully that answers the question. Anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment out of my video here, and you guys have a good day.